Thanks for staying with us. We're still assessing the impact of motherhood on the woman's psychological well-being. And let's take this call from Lily. She's calling from Kuti. Good morning, Lily. You're live.
Hello, good morning.
Morning.
How are you doing?
Very well.
Yeah, okay, my name is Lily. I'm calling from Kuti.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to contribute to this segment. Okay, it's motherhood, it's not that easy. I think I'm facing the same. And I would just want to advise the person, just to, pick the pieces of herself.
Go ahead.
Yeah, to pick the pieces of herself because it's not easy because of the future of the children also is in the hand of the mother because we just need to pray. It's not easy to raise children at this time. And at the same time, marriages, we still different challenges in our marriages. It might be the man is not helping. The old trouble is upon that woman. I am facing it even in my marriage. Thank God I have a grown-up children now. At least I have two of them. One is about 23 years. But let's do what I passed through. That woman should get the pieces of herself. She should not be, she should not just be distressed. She should not be distressed. She should keep going on, praying, and at the end, she will still enjoy those children. Yeah. That's just my own little
Thank you very much for sharing your story. Yeah. The truth is that the impact of motherhood, we can assess it at different levels. First, at the point of birth, which is what Miriam shared with us earlier. Then at the point of your career, at the point of building the home. Some women have to sacrifice everything they want for themselves. Maybe we are here buying lipstick, but some women cannot buy it all. Yeah. Because the little money they have, they rather the children's school, the shoes, as I've spoiled, they have to, the shoemaker has to fix it. School books, pencil cases, all these you are buying, they don't have that extra money. They're sacrificing what their own needs, their own personal needs or wants for their children. And that's that's an assessment that is worthy of note, because the truth is that many people just assume it's okay, she be your child now, do it for your child now. But sometimes it's sacrificial to the woman. A lot of things you have to suppress, a lot of desires you want to have, but you can't because you have a mother. You're thinking first of that child, to put close to that child, especially if you don't have a husband who's supporting you. And a lot of women are in that shoe right now where their husbands are not very supportive. Yeah. Well, not because they don't want to, but because they are also trying to build a business. So there's so many other factors that you have to really assess myself, like as a mother, that is this what it's supposed to be? Am I supposed to be here? Can I really handle this pressure as a mother?
I think people don't really take the sacrifices of motherhood seriously, or people don't understand. And I don't want to label it men don't understand, because I'm labeling. I don't want to label. That's why I say people don't understand the sacrifices a woman makes to be a mother. Yeah. And I'm telling you, the sacrifices are enormous. Yeah. They are so. I remember when my daughter was going to university, and I did without a lot of things because I saved that money. That this money, she wants to go to England, and that England she's going. Okay. I did not spend my money. I didn't buy a car. I didn't do anything because I wanted to train my daughter the way I wanted to give her the start in life that I felt she deserved. Yeah. She didn't beg to be born. It was my decision to bring her to this world, so I sacrificed a lot to make sure that she went to school in England. Who sent me to school in England? Nobody, Yeah. My father will look at you and say, "Oh, I beg, go and sit down."
Take this call from Boluwatifa. I'll come back to you. Boluwatifa, thanks for calling. You're live. Hello, Boluwatifa.
Good morning, Mariah.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Go ahead. You're live, please. Need volume.
I'll give advice concerning my mom. When I had my first child,
I can't hear you.
And it was so easy,
Maybe they can hear her at home.
This stressed me at all. But having the second child was so stressful, and that was just a single child. It was so stressful.
But Latifa, I can't hear you.
All properly, sometimes.
Can you please let me call her back? I think she wanted to share her story because we really need to speak to her. Let's take a few comments on social media and see what we have.
But you're also talking about sacrifices that women make, apart from physical and emotional, like material that you said. And as you described being, the sacrifices, of course, I'll always talk about my mom. My own mom's case, she was a widow. She lost her husband, and she lost her husband very early, really early in their marriage. Too young. She also got married very young, and she lost her husband, and she had to take on the responsibility of taking care of 2 children. And a nurse on what salary, And so that thing about motherhood, for a real mother, is that the mother is willing to sacrifice even her life so that she can see her children, do well and do better. And so maybe for a young mother now realizing that, so there are many things you will not think of yourself first, You walk into a shop to get something for yourself, then you remember your child. You remember your child needs food. You remember your child needs to go to school. So many things. It's not about you anymore. And the world that we live in right now, where it pushes this self-love, self-care, you find that you're constantly trying to balance the two. Okay, then when do I start this self-care? If all I can think about is how to care for these children, that everything I have, my emotions, my money, everything has to go into helping these children. My mom declined many job opportunities because she felt these children have lost their father. This job opportunity will take me away from them, so they'll lose their father and their mother at the same time. So many decisions she took because we were in her life. Maybe her life would have turned out much more different. But, she was happy to do it. And she talks about it with so much, the sacrifice. Mothers are doing quite a lot. And really, what mothers need is support. The way we've always done it in Africa, used to do it, where you're constantly surrounded by family and you're surrounded by friends. That, I think, helped cushion a lot of the issues that people are suffering right now. Now, you sort of tend to do it alone, especially for those who have jackpot now on their own, raising this child, bringing this child. Yes, you may have a supportive husband or family, but they're in a different country. So there's nobody there. So these are the issues that people are dealing with now that may make motherhood even harder, than it already is. But truly, in the end, I believe it is worth it. Sometimes your child will look at you and smile or say something so innocently beautiful to you, I'm like, did this come from me, So
let's take some messages. Structure says, the woman is suffering from postpartum depression, simple as ABC. She should get treatment ASAP because it's a major risk for major depressive illness in future. Hafsat says, when my mom...
Have them take a tie. Oh, we lost it. Tai, are you there? I think we lost it. Go ahead.
Hafsat says, when my mom tells us some of the things she went through when we were in school, in some that she still can't tell us up till now, I used to feel grateful she didn't let us know back then because it would have broken us as children. Moses Ade says there are so many variables here and nature is not in favor of the woman. For Lashade, that's so profound.
Nature is not in favor of the woman.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't get that.
Because...
So for me, I feel like from when you start giving birth, your body starts deteriorating. That's nature. A woman does not become more of now, with technology and science, we're trying to do that. But naturally, you start to lose yourself. You lose a lot. I've heard people who have gone blind because they started having children, or who have this pain in their back or in their legs because they've had children, or have this heart condition that they have for the rest of their life because they had children. Women have lost their lives because they have children. Now that's just on the physiological part. Now then talk about society. Where once you have children, you're labeled a certain way. You cannot push for some things. You cannot be in some rooms because you're used goods. So many things. And he's right. So that's where we now need human beings to do better for women.
I think the worst part is after a certain period, you can't even have these children anymore.
Yeah.
When you are in your 40s or your 50s, if you carry, you are risking your life. You only have a time limit. A man can have a child at 70.
Let me take this call from Mom. Calling from Ikeja. Thanks for calling in your live.
Yeah, good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Yeah, so I have a contribution to make about this topic this morning. So what I can say is, I pray God Almighty makes all women marry. We should marry right. When you marry a partner that doesn't really care, then having a child too, is going to be difficult too. Very, very difficult. I could remember when I was way younger than this, my mom got married twice. You see, the two husbands like this are just nothing but, they are just trash, honestly, because my growing up was so tough. My mom is the one doing everything. Even when she's sad, she has nobody to share the story with. So me, while growing up, my sister, I just have to be very smart when choosing, and God to help me out. Thank God for the wonderful husband I have and the family, to my husband's family. When I put to bed, they are all there for me. They help me out. I have a lot of friends going through a lot of things now during their motherhood phase. It's not easy at all. Some are even depressed, and they look so tattered
and worn out. Yeah.
Because the husband is not even helping.
Yeah.
They all put all the burden on the wife, and they are not even supportive 100%. It's tiring, honestly. Many women are going through a lot. God help us.
Thank you so much.
It reminds me of something. Okay.
Falashade Treasure, sorry, I just wanted to read this. As humans, we need to be more empathetic towards one another, particularly as spouses. Motherhood is not easy, and men shouldn't see it as a woman's responsibility alone.
So what she just said reminded me of something that happened to me. As I described, my pregnancy can be really tough. One of my friends comes into the house, she's like, "Why are you looking like this?" I'm like, "I beg, leave me." She was like, if she was the one, her husband would not agree. I said, "So in your pregnancy, you still have to make sure you're a certain way." She said, "Yes." No. Then my husband walks in. My hair was out in the afro, and then he comes and then he rubs my hair, like, and he walks away. She looked like, "What? Like, what was that?" I said, "He loves me the way I am." So do you understand? I did not have the pressure to
look a certain way.
Look a certain way in my discomfort. I was accepted in my discomfort, and I was appreciated. That went a long way. So I can now imagine someone who is finding it difficult. Then you now have this husband who says, "Have you made your hair? Have you done this? Have you fried chips instead of made pounded yam for me?" And then you carry all this. It makes it harder. When you talk to, I've seen messages on social media where it seems that men actually, younger men, they don't seem to understand the extent, what it takes to carry a child and give birth to a child. We need a place where we can talk to young men. It's not just about getting pregnant and then giving birth after 9 months. Yes, for some people, it can be easy, but for some, it takes a toll on them. There was this trend that was going around about a girl showing herself pregnant, and then men were coming for Nigeria and say, "Look at them. See how this one is smart. As a pregnant woman, you just let yourself go." It doesn't work like that for everyone, and you need to understand that it takes a lot of work, mentally, physically, emotionally, every way, and you need to show support.
Very soon, but I'd like each of us to advise this young lady. What would you say? She was your sister that tweeted something like this, that she wished she regrets being a mother. Some are saying she should say she regrets the responsibilities of being a mother, but it's more than that. Even being a mother, the psychological effect of being a mother in itself can weigh you down. But let us each give her an advice that you think is appropriate. Mike, you want to start?
I would just say she needs to see someone. She needs to see an expert. And I don't want to label it a psychologist or an expert. Whatever she's going through, at least so she can accept that she's a mother and move forward, because there's nothing she can do about it.
To help that line of thought, go to a general hospital, go to a hospital, just tell the doctor how you feel, and they will refer you to a psychologist or somebody you need to speak to, because maybe when they hear therapist or somebody, they don't know what to do. Go to a general hospital. They're likely to get you somebody and refer you to somebody you can talk to.
Yes, in addition to that, for me, my advice would be to those who are around her, because I notice that in situations like this, it's less about what you say but what you do. Be around her. If you can close from work early, go and spend some time, hold the child, allow this woman to be able to take a few hours of sleep. Just be in constant communication. If you cannot be there, continue to gist with them, because sometimes you feel that once you've had a child, you're sort of excommunicated from people. send messages so that she wakes up to read messages. These things to show that she's still part of a thriving life, you know, outside this would also go a long way in helping a woman in that situation.
Yeah, I think also for me, listen, if I'm going to be talking to her, I'll say, listen, these too shall pass. And it's a phase. Every mother will go through this phase. It will get better in future. There'll be a time where you're in your 50s, you're thankful for that. This is a rough patch. Yeah. It's eventually, it's hard. It looks as if your life is being taken away from you because you have to be responsible to this creature in your hands. But the truth is, if you can just walk through this season, it's a season, it will pass. And you'll be in your 30s, your 40s, your 50s, and thankful for this beautiful child that you sacrificed to raise. And, you know, and the truth is that then you have that satisfaction. So it's a phase. And hopefully, just as Mariam said, family should be around her and she should see a professional. That should also help her. Let's take a few more comments before we wrap up so we can move on to the show.
I have just one. Samiama says, women need to be more open and honest about their experiences in motherhood and marriage so other women are able to make informed decisions.
Please, that is a fantastic comment.
Women need to be more open and honest about their experiences in motherhood and marriage so other women are able to make informed decisions.
We make it look as if it's easy. Yes. We think it's normal. The truth is that we're not sharing our stories to young people. We're not sharing it to each other. Because the more we share these stories, the more people realize that, okay, this person went through this. I can go to her. She can help me. This is what the person... I was telling you, when I had my own... I always share this story all the time. When I had my own baby, and the doctor, he was not at birth me. He sewed me up so tightly. I was in serious pain. I couldn't tell anybody. I was just crying inside. I was in serious pain. My mother came in, sat down. She was eating an apple. She was just talking and gisting and just happy that calling everybody. Your daughter has given birth. Oh, your daughter has born. You know, she was just calling everybody and they're happy. Didn't realize I was in serious pain. It was her sister that walked up the stairs. As she entered my room, okay, this girl is in pain. My mother was like, hey, really? I said, this girl is in pain. She called me and she said, are you okay? She now started getting things to help me out. I couldn't tell what the pain was. She just knew I was in pain. She took me to the hospital. So the truth is that we need family. Yeah. We need to share these stories. So tell people what you went through so that they can learn and share the stories to others. So that a girl like this will get information. That listen, I need help. I need to go to a doctor. You know, it's never easy anywhere, but you know, being a mother is one of the greatest.
The stories you'll be hearing is the snatch back story. Yeah. I had my baby 3 weeks ago, snap back. Yeah. It does not work that way.
That's all we can take for the time has gone. But I hope we learned a few things as we have. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.